Yep. That's true.
I think I saw on Twitter yesterday, I think it was, how, had we been able to spend it, if we didn't have a stadium, or we didn't have to pay for the stadium.
Right.
And we would have been able to put even $50 million toward that.
Yeah.
I mean, toward our players. I mean, that would be huge.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, overall, they have plenty of money.
They have money. Right.
They're being very selective in how they do it.
Correct.
Yeah. So you guys are probably a bit more in tune with the team than we are.
Okay.
Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe I'll retract this question and go something else. Do you guys have any opinion on how we're developing players? I mean, from my perspective, I like how we're doing the academy by starting young and slowly moving them forward.
Right.
Obviously, you have Atlanta, I think, started right away with the 17s.
Yeah. So.
Do you guys have opinions on how we're developing?
I think on that side of it, we're doing well with the developmental stuff. I can't say that there's much news about it.
No.
Which, I mean, probably no news is good news. That means, the developmental is working and stuff like that. I just think in time, we'll know more in time. It's still in its infancy, so we'll see if, we can get that homegrown player, kind of like how Vancouver's done with
Davies.
With Davies, yeah.
Yep.
I mean...
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
That's major.
Right.
But like I said, we'll see. I think next year will be a big year for us with the developmental stuff and potentially, finding if we have that star kind of attraction coming up and just kind of moving forward from there.
Yeah.
I think next year is going to be a big year, not just for stadium, but for our team and for the organization, and just with everything coming up. I think we're really waiting for Allianz to open to really start pushing that. So.
Sure. All right, so let's leave soccer for a second.
Okay.
Let's talk about Keepers of the North.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, it's great to see the team as the franchise, or whatever you want to call it, engage in the community, but to see the supporter sections do something like this, especially when you guys don't have to. Tell us about why Keepers of the North exists. Maybe go into detail of what you guys do. Yeah.
This is all core.
So I'm actually the director of Keepers of the North. So I run the Keepers of the North organization. So we, at the beginning of end of 2016, beginning of 2017, we decided that it's great to show up on match day and cheer for the full 90 and do all of that, but we can do so much more. We can go out into our communities and we can actually help people that that could use a hand. So our thing is that there's a lot of organizations out there. You got your United Ways and groups like that, and they're great. But we wanted to go out and help organizations in the community surrounding Allianz, because that's our home. But we wanted to help organizations that get overlooked or they're underrepresented. They're organizations that they're not getting big checks from corporate sponsors, and they're not getting all of that stuff. They're getting $5, $10, $20 here and there from people in the neighborhood. We wanted to go out and not only with our people to go out and do things for them, but with our pocketbooks as well. So that's kind of how we're Keepers of the North started. So we do a lot of stuff in St. Paul. There's a bunch of great organizations that people just don't know about. So that's where we come in. We come in with as True North League and as Keepers of the North to show that we see you, we know you're there.
Yeah.
So.
And what was the one we did for last night at the T&E party? Raise money and.
Right. So right now we're raising money and we're collecting food and personal items for seniors for an organization called Keystone Community Services, which is actually about 6 blocks from Dual Citizen.
Oh. Cool.
And basically they help seniors and low-income families in the Midway area.
Okay.
And that's what they do. So.
Nice. So if you had to pick like your favorite one, I know this is maybe a dumb question. But I mean, if you really had to just pick the one that you maybe didn't think it would be turn into something that it did, and
so everybody, I have a committee of 4 people. One of them is Brian, who's sitting right behind me. So they all know I have a soft spot and I have a pet project in my heart. There's an organization called Hallie Q. Brown Community Center. They're over on Dale Street in 94, about a mile from the stadium. And they're an organization to help low-income families. They help homeless families. They've been there for 90 years, and they're just an amazing group of people. They have a staff of about 12 people, and they're so awesome. I mean, they're so amazing, and I encourage everybody listening and just go check them out. They're such a good group of people, and they help so many people. It's so awesome.
So I mean, if any listener wants to help or participate in any way, do you guys have like a particular website, or do you just go to True North Elite's website?
No, so we're on Facebook and Instagram at Keepers of the North, and we're on Twitter at North Keepers. And any event we do and any fundraising that we do, you can go to any of those social media sites. You find anything up to do. If you want to have any information, any questions that you want to know about us, you can shoot us a message. We respond. I try to respond within 15 minutes.
Oh,
so
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So we would love your help. This year we put in right around 500 hours of community service time. We've raised over $2,500. And my goal every year is to increase that by 20%. So if I encourage all of you to come out and help. I want to shoot for 750 community service hours next season, and I would love to have you 3. I would love to have anybody listening to please reach out, come out and help. We would love your support.
Cool.
So are Keepers of the North and True North Elite separate entities by title, but like do most of the True North Elite members encouraged to participate?
So Keepers of the North is the philanthropic or the charitable arm of True North Elite.
Okay.
So we're not a technical nonprofit, but we're more the nonprofit arm of True North Elite. So we work hand in hand. I would say 90% of our volunteer hours are done by True North Elite members.
Yep.
80 to 90% of all the fundraising is done. It comes from True North Elite members. So, but like I said, we view it as we're out in the community. Come see us. Oh, by the way, if you're a soccer fan, we're also with True North Elite. Here's what we do. Please come join us on match days as well. So
yeah,
cool.
It kind of works hand in hand. We do good out in the community. We can also I don't say we use it as a way to attract new members, but if it's a bonus, hey, that's great.
Yeah. Sure.
You guys got anything else?
I guess maybe you guys want to talk about the Wonderwall a little bit, because I know that's a new thing this year with the whole. I guess you guys officially incorporated.
Kind of. So there's been they call it a general benefit corporation, which is kind of a nonprofit, but it allows us to raise money. And that corporation's been around for a couple of years now. And what Minnesota United has, they have an affiliate program. So anybody with a certain number of members, anybody that meets certain requirements can be a part of this affiliate program. And what we decided to do was take this affiliate program, take all of the supporters group and roll it up into one group under this general benefit corporation. We called it the Wonderwall, because it's obvious.
Yeah.
And so now we use that collective to do things like match day,
Yep.
TIFO, community service. The Dark Clouds have a community service organization as well called Silver Lining. They do a bunch of good work. With this Wonderwall, we now collaborate on a few things. We do stuff like that. So it's kind of a get everybody together, get everybody on the same page, and try to make things better.
And since we kind of announced it, I believe it was August, and really like True North Elite working with Dark Clouds and kind of the other affiliates, I think it's really worked well, and I'm really excited for what's to come. I mean, we had, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Absolutely not.
We didn't really work very well together when T&E started and stuff like that. We really butted heads, but then we kind of pushed all the BS aside and really this past year started working together, and it's been phenomenal so far. And just kind of keep your eye out for what's to come next year. So.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was wondering, like how the multiple supporters groups kind of coexist within that same section. You know, how do you coordinate when you do your cheers and when you how you go back and forth? Is that something you have to sit down and agree upon before?
So, sort of. Oh, almost fell. Whoa. Yeah, don't let the crippled kid fall. Sorry. So, Wonderwall match day in season. I think we're gonna meet here soon, kind of in the next year. But we meet once a month, and that comes from I'm the head of the T&E match day committee. So we'll get some from T&E match day, some from Dark Clouds, Red Loons, and stuff like that.
Right.
We've met here a few times. We'll get together and we'll kind of go through what worked the past few games, what hasn't worked. Marches, we'll get together and do all that stuff. And then we also have a communicating platform called Slack that a lot of us are on, and we'll communicate a couple days before. Usually, like the Wednesday or Thursday before, we'll get all the logistics together and stuff like that. And it's worked really well. And it shows when, the 50K match, the Surly March.
Yep.
That was all put together through the Wonderwall match day.
Yep.
And a bunch of us got it together, and it I don't know if any of you guys were there, but it worked, I thought, flawlessly. It was awesome.
Yep.
Cool. But that's what it comes down to. And then TIFO's the same way. We have a bunch of collective people from each side, and
Yep.
for the most part, it works.
For the parts that it makes sense to come together, it's come together, and it's come together pretty smoothly. But there are some places that better left separate. But
Sure.
So, more for my benefit than anything. You guys have stuff for sale.
yes,
Can anyone buy that?
absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, because
Absolutely.
I've always, like I said, I'm not a member of the supporters groups, but I've always felt an affinity toward True North Elite. I'm a bit of a punk rocker. You guys kind of have that edgy feel that I like.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So, okay, I might have to buy something.
Okay. Yeah.
But so, yeah, it's on anybody else that wants to buy something.
So last night we just took an order from Europe.
Nice.
We're shipping it out tomorrow morning.
Very
so,
cool.
like I said, we'll sell anywhere in the world. So,
right.
I mean, if you want to buy stuff, we'll talk after this. And
Yep.
my wife is actually our merch coordinator.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I have stuff at my house. So
right.
we'll talk after this. But
TrueNorthElite.com. It's
TrueNorthElite.com.
all of our stuff's on there that we have for sale right now, and
Yep.
keep an eye out. This next year, right before the season starts, we're going to have quite
stuff.
a bit new stuff
Yep.
dropped. So we're
Yep.
working on it right
Yep.
now.
All right. Well, is there anything that you guys want to add on free? Just
So I
say
would
whatever
say
you want.
if you're interested in True North Elite, you can check us out. We have a website, TrueNorthElite.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True North Elite. And come to a match and come to the supporter section and spend a match with True North Elite and the Wonderwall. So
Also, keep an eye out too if you want to learn more about us. We'll be doing, leading up to the season, we're going to do kind of get-togethers and stuff like that. Like I said, as we've mentioned before, Dual Citizen will be our home for all home matches, and we've also partnered now with Finnegan's Brewery for all away matches. That's going to be our away watch parties,
Yep.
right in the heart of downtown. So come out to one of those next season. Otherwise, follow us on social media. We're going to have get-togethers and volunteer events, and meet some of us. We're not all as maybe aggressive and rowdy as we show on match days. So, yeah, just check us out. I mean, we just like to have fun. So,
yep.
I want to thank both you guys for coming.
thanks for having
Corey and
us.
Zach, True North Elite. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We're going to get some more beers, and we're going to come back. You guys want to hang out and crack wise with us, feel free. We're going to get into some other stuff, but we'll be back in a couple minutes.